to remove it. Off the bat, it will be a D ward of this bottom rune ward, I believe. If Net spots it, he actually hasn't yet. He's lurking for the time being. Orange, I think they found it now. They're going to D ward. Unfortunately, his level 1 invis. By the way, no surprises here. Net is finding runes again. Seriously.
That guy.
How many games in a row is this? I think it's like 6 or 7 where he just finds a rune at level 1, continues to do it. But the invis rune doesn't accomplish a thing. I guess the good news for Orange is they have a very hard lane to kill. Juggernaut, not easy to go on. Obviously, there's Shadow Demon here. As long as Net stays back, they shouldn't die. But can they actually contest this pull? That'll be the million-dollar question.
Oh, they're going on the Juggernaut, but he doesn't have Illuminate up.
He's got Blade Fury. They do force him to use it now, which is somewhat costly for him. And he'll back off. So the two solos, before the action really picks up, we'll check those out quickly. Sylar Alk mid versus Mushi Windrunner. And then the top lane. The Lone Druid for KYXY versus Xiao 8's Clockwork. Top, clearly the advantage goes to the Lone Druid. But what do you think about this mid matchup?
So, I mean, Mushi is actually almost dead right now, but, I mean, he should have the huge advantage, even with him being at this low HP. Alchemist doesn't have a stout shield. He has almost no armor. He has 2 armor right now, but he's very vulnerable to right-click damage. And Windrunner, with her fantastic attack animation, oh, it looks like he's playing very aggressively on Sylar right now. Yeah, Sylar out of mana.
Up. Really plinking away at him, and those Windrunner auto attacks do a lot of work early on. One of the best here is to just chase someone down, get in a last couple attacks, and he's off to a decent start. 3 and 4 in that middle lane to the 2 and 0 of Sylar, and their safe lane Lone Druid. 8 and 3. Even if they don't get kills in this tri lane, even if they fall behind in farm, which right now Mushi is leading, or excuse me, Ohio. So used to seeing Mushi on the hard carry as of late, but Ohio on they have basically the 3 lead farmers. I guess Gyro is 7 and 0 now, slightly ahead, but it's very close here. And they're dominating their 2 solos. So, in theory, this still looks pretty damn good for RNG Sports.
One thing that is slightly going to hurt them is the lack of range in their triple lane. They only have 1 range hero, and that is Net. And, again, if they go on him, he is in very, very deep trouble. So, he has to stay really far back, and he isn't able to harass as effectively as the LGD heroes. They already have long range to begin with Illuminate, but with the Bane Elemental and Keeper Light both being very fast heroes at 350 move speed, it'll be slightly difficult for Ohio to find some farm.
Smart by KYXY. He gets the early Orb of Venom. Definitely something you want versus a melee hero, and can really harass him out of lane. Sylar, however, has found his way towards a double damage rune. And because that tri-lane was pushed to the tower, this is one of the other nice things. It's really powerful when you run a defensive Keeper of the Light tri-lane, is you can constantly push the wave, and then the enemy supports can't really go to check the runes without leaving their carry quite a bit on the
we might see some contest on bottom. They're decentering. So it looks like LGD's actually done their homework, because this ward that they had down here is very uncommon. And if you place a sentry where they have it placed right now, you won't see the ward here at the Magic Bush. So a little bit surprising for them to venture forth and do that. I myself would have probably liked to place it over here, just in case they place it in either this spot or this spot. But regardless, they will deward. But they are very vigilant about constantly dewarding and being there around the minute spawn, so that these supports cannot get any sort of experience.
Mid lane, Sylar really posting up here against Mushi. He's found his way to 12 and 1. Mushi does have 5 denies, but it is against a melee hero. Only does so much. This is actually going surprisingly well for Sylar. And in fact, Sylar surging forward, thought he might make a go there. He will back off. And it's just a game of trades. If LGD trade evenly, they have definitely the stronger and scarier late game lineup. But Orange will have the timing push. They have the hero that can build the early mech in the Windrunner. They have Healing Ward. They have the Lone Druid Bear. As long as this laning stage goes okay, it'll just come down to how well they can execute their 5-man around the 10 to 20 minute mark.
Yeah, things aren't going so well for Mushi, just because this acid spray spam is just so strong. Looks like there might be a contest of bottom rune, but Net finds himself yet another rune.
This guy, Sylar, actually, to be fair, Sylar did find a double damage rune. Net still not perfect, but very close to that. And now KYXY has access to Entangle, can really start to put the heat onto Xiao 8. Currently sitting on Arena of Regen on his hero. I imagine he'll build Tranquil Boots. We'll see where he goes from here. And both teams just continue to farm. The good news is Ohio is farming bottom very well. 25 and 5. Sure, they're getting some pulls off here and there, but at the very least, they are winning the farm war on their carry.
Yeah, finally they managed to creep pool. Checking the gold graph right now, just around 1,000 in favor of Orange. Nothing significant. This is kind of what you expect with the lineup. Again, LGD did draft it very greedily, so if they can get by with minimal casualties and like a decent amount of baseline farm and experience on each of their solo heroes, that's a win for them.
I mean, they're supposed to really heavily lose their offlane. Clockwork should not win in terms of farm. He's not. He's 10-2 to the 27 and 13 of KYXY, but it's pretty much expected. The key for them is just going to be getting level 6 on Xiao 8 and then having a teleport ready, looking to set up those rotations, gank Mushi mid with a hook after the wards. Actually, there is no ward, so he could even rotate here sooner, and Mushi's just going to have to be careful. Yeah,
Mushi is playing super aggressive on Silent. I've been seeing constantly up his hill, trying to harass him down, but it's just so difficult. Even with the Bottle Crow nerf, he can't harass him down, and he is level 6 too, so that added regeneration will help him out a lot.
Yeah, the bottle's coming straight back mid. Sylar really monopolizing the courier, but it's necessary in this case, and your offlane Clockwork, Xiao 8, he's actually maxing the rockets, the better counter push item, and it doesn't really take that much mana compared to if you're leveling a battery saw and actually trying to get aggressive, which won't help you against the bear. So it's the right build. He doesn't really need the courier. He'll check this top rune, but it spawns bottom again, and another rune is going to go to net.
Yep, I'm actually surprised he's not playing the Sand King though.
Yeah, we'll see Mushi rotate towards this bottom rune. Generally, Extinct is the 4 position, and I guess in this game, they think the Sand King should get more farm priority. They are actually going to rotate all the way towards mid. They did earlier deward the Radiant Observer. That was around like the 1 minute mark, and now at level 3, they could find a kill. This could be trouble for Sylar. He does have level 6. It's cooling down. Oh, he's going to buy time for it. Now it disrupt. Soul Catcher not being cast just yet. Actually, it was. Got a late animation and an easy kill. First blood to Mushi. Well executed gank by RNG Sports. And if Sylar, even if he was in Chemical Rage, I don't actually think it mattered. That was just
yeah, Soul Catcher plus a DD on Mushi. So good play by them. They actually had a very small window where Xiao 8, he was going home to heal. He didn't have a TP scroll, but he probably could have gotten one pulled by the supports. If he had TP mid during the disruption, he possibly could have interrupted it, but he was just a little bit too slow. Slightly unlucky, though, with the rune. I don't think it would have been that easy for them had they gotten a DD on the bottom.
And also, we do have to credit Orange, because that earlier D-ward of the Radiant Observer, it would have just about died, but the time when they rotated, I think they would have just seen that rotation coming. Or the fact that he had a ward there and then it disappeared would have made him much more suspicious. But he was accustomed to not having vision in this game. And
another D-warding. Yeah.
They're really on top of their game. RNG Sports, they found those early kills, and this is one of the nice things about the offlane Juggernaut. Very similar to a Lifestealer. Most tri-lanes just can't kill him. They can harass him, they can prevent him from farming, they can abuse the pull when the supports are missing. But he still gets levels, and the lane pushes, and Ohio maxing the healing ward after Blade Fury and getting closer and closer to the point where both spells will be maxed.
I didn't really particularly like the Bane pick at the start. I mean, it's decent, but I think that Bane will probably just flop.
There's your Shackle, not going to connect. Sylar now on the run. Mushi missed an important one, but he wind runs forward. Sylar threw out a retaliatory stun, wanted to find this kill. He's probably paying with his own life. He bottles up. This power shot's got to hit. It does. Mushi nails it. Secures the kill.
Good one there.
Sylar could have just ran away there, I believe, but he wanted to try and kill Extinct. Turned around to lob the stun, pays with his life, and while that's happening, Ohio finds a Lonely Keeper of the Light in the jungle and manages to bring him down solely with Blade Fury. Great play from him. That shouldn't happen. This offlane Juggernaut left to his own devices, not level 6, should not be finding solo kills.
Yep, he did go phase boost, so we'll most likely see a phase drum build out of him. And I mean, they are not doing well early game. Again, they are expected to lose the early game. Oh my goodness.
Nice disruption there. Net will disrupt the Bane. They could have slept and then gone into a Rocket Barrage or a Call Down, as there is a point in Call Down now. He's hit level 6, but won't in the end. Great defensive play from these supports, and I remember a day or two ago, Merlini, Orange's supports, it did seem like they were struggling to make plays, but they have been making a lot of plays in this game, and I think this style just suits them better. The aggressive tri-lane.
Xiao 8 getting ready for a hookshot in middle.
It's a Sand King, though. Can they actually kill him? They have a Sentry Ward, but he can simply burr out of these cogs. They'll have to chain it up perfectly. If that's the Windrunner, it's actually a much easier kill, because she has no way to get out of the cogs, but it looks like they might not find it in the end.
Yep, he is pushing the lane out with the acid spray. That constant acid spray spam makes it so hard for Mushi to just play aggressively on Sylar. And Sylar still will get a lot of farm. He's only 7 CS behind Mushi, and he's already died once. So, I mean, this max acid spray, it's not as greedy as possible because you can go maybe 1 or 2 levels Grievel's Greed early, but it is necessary for him to be in a relatively safe position, constantly pushing the wave out, almost getting a kill on the Sand King with that acid spray unstable concoction combo earlier.
As well as this game looks, as good as it looks for Orange, as well as it's going right now, oh, Hook, narrowly going to miss mid lane. Xiao 8 was fishing. they're down by about 3.5k gold. They're down by about 3k experience. It seems like a lot, but they're expected to lose that clockwork lane. I think Windrunner should probably still beat Alk mid, which now Mushi has really started to pull ahead on the back of that kill. And the tri-lane should at least not die. So I think Orange should have come out ahead in the laning stage. I don't think LGD will be particularly surprised or worried about this. They still have all their outer towers. That's really the big thing for them. And RG Sports, despite their early kill start, this is one of those games where you're expected to have a good start. You have to be able to take the tower.
Watch middle.
And they're going in now. Ohio leading the way. He's got an Omni Slash, but Sylar's the one who'll find up the hill. He could pop it, but with Chemical Rage might be a bit too tanky. It was actually cooling down. I think he could have gone for that kill, but worried about TP support. He will just back off. Orange playing a bit tentative here.
One thing that they're really lacking is like aggressive warding. They just put up this one right there. This one on bottom I don't think is really necessary. They have enough map control to just straight up check the rune, and they really need wards behind the towers or to take down the T1 towers. They need either of those things to happen just so they can find LGD and punish them while they're still weak. And Orange is in a very precarious position right now. Sure, they're up ahead in kills right now and farm.
They're going on Sylar now. This could be trouble for him. He's got Chemical Range, but a disrupt from net. Oh no, runs north, can't find him. Now they're heading top. And I imagine for LGD, they'll have a lot of TPs if they actually make this go on Xiao 8. Where's the backup? Shackle will latch, but he's already cogged himself in anyway. Xiao 8 has found multiple ways to get trapped in this fight. Now, a burrow as well. He'll go down. Call down's going to connect. Hits two heroes twice, it looks like. Maybe once the second time. And in the end, Windrunner gets that kill. The clockwork did fall. Shadow Demon, the retaliation. Gyro hits the deck too. And RNG Sports, well, are they going to stay or are they going to run? Shackle.
Oh, nice Shackle.
Clip Sylar. He's been caught, isolated and surrounded by a pack of angry bears and dudes wearing masks. In the end, they'll find the kill. And they might be able to take a tier 1 off the back.
That healing ward is so strong. Spirit Bear was almost dead. I think it had less than 100 HP. It was taking a lot of creeps and acid spray, but just put it right back up and made that die possible. Nice try by the Bane there. He actually slept the bear right before it tried to kill the Alchemist, but I mean they were just out of position right there. Not really ready, and LGD's actually lacking on vision too a little bit.
Yeah, LGD lost their first tower of the game off the back of that push. Orange have to keep on doing that. That was a nice fight for them. They shouldn't get too comfortable. They already have Mech on Mushi. You just go again. I don't think you wait even for a second here.
Juggernaut, also, he did the M-click on the Gyrocopter after the Omni Slash. Some Juggernauts don't actually do that, and they have the potential to be juked. But if you just Omni Slash and then Blade Fury, pop your phase, and then just M-click on the Gyrocopter, there's no chance you can juke. And he tried to pull some slick moves around the tower, but Ohai definitely experienced in the ways of the Blade Fury.
Yes, he is truly a Blade Master this game. Extinct will rotate mid, and he looks to shut down DD's jungle. And I suppose that's the big thing for Orange. If they will go in bottom lane, disrupt Soul Catcher. Now the cogs of trapped Xiao 8.
What a shackle!
Shackle on 2 by Mushi. He's found Xiao 8. He's found Yao as well. Xiao 8 will fall. They cannot quite connect on Yao. And the chase goes on. The Bears are on a rampage. The Bears.
Wow. I mean, Mushi has had 2 very nice shackles in a row, and now I can see why they actually fear his Windrunner.
Yeah, it's actually Ohio's Windrunner that has been seeing a lot of play, but
they're in big trouble down here. They might just get straight up dove right next to the
They have
trees
no Illuminate to clear off these trees, but there is Acid Spray, and that is the one nice thing for LGD. It's a very hard lineup to tower dive against, unless
free
you just
tower
get
in the middle, though.
It's nice. This is nice play by Orange. They're keeping pressure on the lanes. They're preventing any sort of ancient farming shenanigans. There have been really no stacks in the jungle. There's one double stack here at the big camp, but that's about it. And they're really preventing LGD from doing what they want to do, which is stack for the gyro, farm up a BKB on him, and then look to fight. Yao only sitting on phase and a bracer. LGD need these items to be able to fight. Without that, all they can do is spam their spells and look to stall.
They also need more information from their wards. They recently just put this one down. They need to see Orange's push before they're coming so Keeper Light can get in position and start spamming Illuminate so that they can delay this early game as long as possible. And we haven't really seen Keeper Light be as effective as he has been, but a lot of that has to do with the wards. They had a ward down here, but they've been pretty much just dodging all the wards. Notice they're smoked up right now. They went behind the T1 tower in the middle, and I think Orange has been doing a very good job of dodging the vision from LGD and making them react to them and not being prepared for these tower dives, for these super aggressive ganks. But it looks like LGD's reacting now.
Disrupt. Soul Catcher is there. The follow-up's going to come in a hurry. your auto attacks, Omni Slash, and down will go. Now a Blade Fury on the DDC. He's giving chase. He does get creep blocked here, but phases and continues the pursuit. The Shackle. This one won't connect. Actually it did, but the Bane died. It doesn't matter. They find the kill regardless. They get 2 more, and now a tower will be their prize. That's 3 outer towers in 15 minutes. Everything is going according to plan.
This is exactly the way you need to siege towers versus a Keeper of the Light. And maybe Peach is falling off because people actually figured out how to play versus them. If you move the camera to middle, like the way they went behind, they went around this way. They're not going to let Keeper of the Light stand right here or over here and spam Illuminate in this sort of line. And because they do this, they're just forced to just turn tail and run. They don't have any creeps. They can't take Omni Slash, and it's also really bad for them because they're always close to the tree lines too. Similar to bottom, they wrapped around the tower, and then they're forced to hug this tree line, and they're either going to be out there and get shackled or move up a little bit and get just disrupted and just Omni Slash, which is exactly what happened to the Gyrocopter. If you can't let Keeper of the Light set up and defend these towers, then they're going to lose a lot. And Orange is just playing this early game very, very well.
Their 3 cores are the 3 most farmed heroes on the map, and this Lone Druid by himself is worth as much as your Alchemist and your Gyro combined. Actually, he's about 400 gold short, but he's very close to being worth as much as those 2. Clockwork only 2,800 net worth. It's a Keeper of the Light with 1,000 net worth. That is absolutely abysmal, and some of it's in wards, which will be losing soon anyway. DDC smoked up, but Extincts come in with an Invisor, and Mushi shackled to fly. No, he's gotten Fiend's Grip. The burrow through, but it only clips Sylar. DDC does get off a full duration ult. That really should not have happened. Now, maybe the fight falls apart. Chow Wait, he dropped his hook for this. No mana for the cogs as he's already used them. Now he's on the back foot. LGD on the run. 1 for 1. It could have been a lot better for Orange. If Sand King had burrowed both heroes, I think they get 2 and they get out. Yeah,
good positioning by the Bane Elemental there, standing right in the trees. But, I mean, trading 1 for 1 at this point is pretty good for LGD.
So Orange Esports, they now lead by 10,000 gold, 7,500 experience. They've taken all the tier 1s. I would like to see a couple of things from them, Merlini. A gem fairly soon just for the map control. Some aggressive lane wards, and then pushing out the lanes, either going for a tier 2 after a pickoff or getting a pickoff and going Roche, because they have a lineup that can do it now with ease, with healing ward, with the bear, and they need to quickly accumulate the advantages. Yesterday we saw one of their big issues is sometimes they just wait too long to get ahead. When they have the opportunity, they're too scared. We saw that versus Tongfu, and it really cost them. They could have Roached around, I think it was the 15 or the 20 minute mark, and they did it until like 30, 35 minutes, and in the end, that was one of the reasons why they lost that game.
Yeah, they need to find as many kills as they can before they get BKBs on LGD, and I suspect that is what Gyrocopter is going for, but he is so poor right now. FaZe, Bracer, he just picked up his Ogre Club, so this might be like a 24-minute BKB if he's allowed to free farm for the next 6 minutes, and if they start Ancient stacking, and Alchemist is actually kind of close to 2,400, 1,500 gold away. So as soon as this Roshan goes down, I see a Medallion pickup. Looks like there is one on a Shadow Demon. They need to take down towers. Sand King also needs to stay alive and try and farm his Blink Dagger. He's been initiating most of the time. He's 0, 2, and 5 right now, but they really do need that Blink Dagger just so they can get that quick ganks.
Yeah, and there will be more item progressions for Orange Esports. Mushi, he's picked up a Force Staff. He's already been hitting Sensational Shackles without
them. There's a mech pickup from the Alchemist. This is actually pretty decent pickups, considering Keeper of the Light won't be able to get it for a while, and they have been losing team fights. Orin has been putting a lot of pressure on them, so they need as many items as they can right now so they can win team fights.
Yeah, you get the BKB on the Gyro, you get the mech on the Alk, and then maybe you get something like a Force Staff on a Keeper. Maybe not the Keeper of the Light. The Clockwork might have to be the one who farms it. Even just the 2 items, the mech and the BKB, if LGD get the right fight, they can take it. But it's got to be the right one. Mid lane, DDC's gone in. Was looking for a sleep setup, I believe, but will back off. Ohio goes Shadowblade. Has it delivered now. His ability to split push and find solo kills has gone up dramatically off of this. And LGD, none of their heroes can really escape from a Juggernaut with the Shadowblade. If he catches someone, Alk can chemical range and pop his mech. That's it. Gyro, no Shadowblade, can't run away. So this could be a very potent map control item if Orange keep the pressure up.
Right, and I think that they're just going to be forced to spend money on sentries, forced to stick together a little bit more. And even if he doesn't even find kills with the Shadowblade, he'll still limit their farm just because of that threat of the solo Omni Slash with that Shadowblade pop as well as a Blade Fury after. That will kill anybody on their team solo except for the Alchemist.
Yeah, even Xiao 8, I feel. 1,200 HP, but
gank.
pretty low armor. Only 5, the smoke gank comes in. Ohio leads the way. He will be heading directly behind the tier 2. They want to bypass the defenses, pick off this Keeper of the Light, and they're going to find him now. There's your disruption. That'll start things off. A hook in by Xiao8. He has caught Net. Net, no disrupt, no way out. The Omni is tanked beautifully by the mech. Orange, this is looking like a bad fight. They've rooted Yao, though. Now a Fiend's Grip on Ohio. Low ground to high ground. Shackle on 2. Mech from Mushi. Brings Ohio not back into fighting shape, but at least keeps him alive. Now, 4 staff to freedom. He will escape. Unfortunately, Extinct, not going to be so lucky. They've lost 2 supports. LGD fully prepared for that, and now KYXY on the run. There is enough mana here for DDC to use a sleep. He's got stick charges. He'll pop them now. He actually will nuke the bear. The bear escapes, but RNG Sports, well, that was if they had just omnied the Keeper, I think he dies there. But they disrupt him. They don't have it when Clockwork goes in, and then the mech is there from the Alk, and the fight goes completely the other way.
I think they approached that fight a little bit poorly. Juggernaut, he was smoked up, but he got revealed. There's no reason for him to be in front unless he's going to Shadow Blade. He can go in there, Shadow Blade, the smoked heroes can come in and just instantly kill the Keeper Light. If you give them too much time to react, which is exactly what happened with the Disrupt, they can turn the fight around. Bane was on the low ground, he Fiend gripped the Juggernaut to the high ground, and it was just not a good fight for them with the Clockwork counter initiating like that. They really need to get the Sand King Sun and just pop the Keeper Light instantly within a second or two. And I think that Extinct hitting his stun, missing his stun actually really hurt them too. But partly that was due to the Juggernaut just popping a smoke and being out in front too. So again, a little bit of miscommunication there. Had they approached that a little bit better, it would have just been an easy tower for them. But it looks like they're going straight for another one.
Yeah, RNG Sports, they'll push down this bottom lane. Healing Ward deployed. The Lone Druid has a Hyperstone up. The Bear will start to chip away quickly, but Acid Spray and the lack of Armlet on the Lone Druid Bear, no longer really a viable choice, means that it will take a lot of damage.
That Healing Ward, though.
Yeah, it's all up to the Healing Ward. LGD don't have a good lineup to snipe it, actually. There is no one who can just go in and kill it. There's no illusion.
This is what happens when they try and push from the front. Acid Spray and Keep It Light, and they're forced to tank up tower. They don't have a Healing Ward right now, but LGD doesn't have Glyph. Might just be a free tower. Ooh, that
close. Shackle. He was fishing. Mushi, he wanted to reel in a big one. He can't here, but they take a tier 2 bottom. They will back off, and they'll rotate. Now they need to get the next items. They want the Assault Cuirass soon. Maybe we'll see a Scythe of Vice for Mushi. Ultimate Orb up, working his way towards it. And Juggernaut, perhaps... Oh, he's actually found DD. Went in with an Omni slash, I believe. No, just a Shadow Blade auto attack. Could have used Omni to get that kill for sure, but decides he wants to save it for a rainy day. I think you just get that kill, Blade Fury.
Yeah, and then just push the T2. They're just right there, and the creep was very close to the tower too. So
I'm a little baffled as to why he didn't.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe he
thought
thought
worried
that
about getting hooked or Fiend's Grip, something like that.
Got to play it safe. So Lone Druid has the Aegis of the Immortal. I don't actually know if he needs it. Like, are they really going to be able to kill like an 1800 HP bear who has Cloak and Tranquil Boots? Probably not. Juggernaut is the one that's like in the middle of the fight, spinning, and they do have counters versus the spin. They can Fiend's Grip him during it, as a spray, just right-click a lot of damage. They have Hook Shot to keep him in place during the spin. So I think that Juggernaut's in a much more compromising position in these team fights, and he isn't as safe as he would like to feel. But it looks like Smoke, they are going to go for another very, very aggressive tower dive.
And Mushi's waiting, and they really need Sentry Wards anyway for the Juggernaut. They'll put one on the high ground. They've spotted out Mushi. Immediate Fiend's Grip comes in. They need an Omni here. The Healing Ward gets dropped. Mushi's still alive. Can he do enough in this fight? Call down from the backside. He's low. He's not out of it just yet. Throws out a power shot. He's shackled Yao in position. Yao's going to go down. He's the first blood after the Bane, actually. The Bane fell first, it looks like. Now they're on the back foot. Extinct forced to TP out Xiao8, trying to kill him off. He gets the Sand King. Ohio already used Omni Slash earlier. They got Gyro. They got Bane. They lost the Sand King. But the one issue is, they're too low to actually push a tower, it looks like. And in the end, they will have to back off.
Yep, they need that Healing Ward. But let's see.
That was just kind of, that was a bit of bad luck, but at the same time, Mushi should expect sentries because LGD is a very defensive team. They're good at anticipating, and they have a Shadow Blade Juggernaut, so he really should have, I guess it's a stretch, but I feel he should have been able to anticipate that.
I feel like these supports are playing phenomenally right now, though. The Bane is finding these Fiend's Grips where he really shouldn't be able to. There's so many ways that they can stop it with Omni Slash, with Shackle, with Disrupt, with Sand King, Stun, but also Extinct. If you notice that he burrowed downhill, down the cliff, he got the Keeper Light and the Gyrocopter and had an epicenter on those two. Without that, that fight would have gone a lot poorer for them. So great find by Extinct there.
He still needs to farm this Blink. That's my one concern. He's only level 8. You really want the level 2 Epicenter as the game goes later. It scales pretty damn well. And the cooldown also improves a lot. But the main thing is the Blink Dagger, and he's slowly farming towards it. Could really benefit from a point in Caustic Finale or just some more points in Sandstorm. Either one would be great for accelerating his farm. He's up to 1,300 gold. And for Orange, outside of him, what else do they need? Assault Cuirass on the Lone Druid, that's obvious. And then this Juggernaut. What do you actually go for here? Normally, Manta's the best pushing item, but there's so much AoE. I don't really think it's going to do much. What do you think Ohio should pick up?
I think that...
Oh, he's going Eggs.
Oh, yeah. Eggs is decent. He just needs a little bit more burst, a little bit more survivability, whether it be... Not BKB, though, because he already has spin, but Manta's nice for the HP. I mean, I think that Lincoln's is actually a pretty good choice here just because he can't get interrupted during a spin, and they don't really have anything else besides Mana Leak and Grip. They have Sap, too, but he's going to be magic immune most of the time, so he really needs to not get gripped. And they've been... I mean, this Bane Elemental has been finding some amazing grips, though.
RNG Sports, they're putting pressure on the top
Xiao
lane.
8 is in position.
KYXY, the hook, not going to connect. It's only a level 1 hook. Doesn't quite have the range. If that was a level 2 hook, might have actually been able to find it, but he's really struggled this game.
Indeed he has. They're lacking on damage, though. A lot of times they just need a lot of setup with Bane sleeping into an Unstable Concoction or a Call Down or Illuminate. But a lot of these take a lot of charge time. Illuminate, 5 seconds. Call Down, a few seconds until it drops. Unstable Concoction, like 6 or 7 seconds. So, I mean, they have the damage if Orange allows them to initiate on them, but Orange being the aggressor just throws a wrench into all their plans and just makes LGD just run for their lives for the most part. If they have a nice hookshot initiate with Cogs, or a nice sleep and a Fiend's Grip, or maybe a Shadow Blade on the Alchemist, things could go a lot better for them. But again, Orange really exploiting the weakness of their lineup right now.
They're ahead. You still can't count LGD out. They're behind right now, but they have a great turtle lineup. They've finally picked up that first really big team fight item, the BKB for Yao. He's got the 10-second duration. They still hold on to their Tier 2 top, and most importantly, their Tier 2 mid. The Siege will be coming soon. The Lone Druid, no AC online. He's just got money for the recipe right now. Let's see if he buys it. I imagine it'll be coming soon.
Gyro BKB is up.
Needs 100 gold. Oh, Mushi's coming again. He's looking to do some D-warding. He's tired of getting picked off while going for backstabs, and he will get away.
Oh, there's the Shadow Blade on the Alchemist, and there's the BKB on the Gyrocopter. So LGD finally have some of their core items. This is so important for them.
KYXY has an AC, though, and it's about to be delivered. Mushi has found a shackle. He's found Xiao 8. They epi. They bring him down in a hurry, and now they're going to work on this Tier 2 top. It will be falling. Xiao 8 just caught in no man's land there. Really
that's
confident
going to be 2 towers, too, I think.
And that's going to be your Tier 2 mid as well.
Yeah. And then Roshan's going to be up. They're in a very, very good position.
And that's going to be a Scythe device for Mushi as well. Not yet, but he's got the Mystic Staff. Once you get that, it's just really easy to farm the Void Stone. His Scythe device will be up for the next push. They'll have Roshan number 2. Almost certainly. It's about to respawn. And with this tower going down, LGD are going to be hard-pressed to contest. I actually think Orange is getting to a point where LGD might not be able to stop them. And the reason I say that, and I sound surprised, is Orange have run these sort of 5-man lineups against teams like LGD, the top defensive Chinese teams. They always get ahead, but they just struggle.
Out.
They struggle to close the deal.
I don't know why they TP'd out right there. The Lone Druid had 30 seconds left on his bear. His bear was at like 607 HP, but the Juggernaut, he was the only one circling behind the tower. He went down here, he circled around, and was looking for a pick with Shadow Blade, but I feel like if he just dropped a healing ward and healed up the bear, they could have just easily taken out that tower. But they're forced to do Roshan without that T2 tower down. It should fall very shortly, though.
RNG Sports, well, can they actually take this mid-tower? For the time being, they backed off. They're going for Roche. They do have the Lone Druid, the Juggernaut there as well. Ags is coming soon. Now the Lone Druid will go towards the Basher, and his bear is getting to the point where I don't actually think LGD can kill it very quickly. In spite of having Acid Spray, in spite of having a hero who can do a lot of damage on the Gyrocopter, Yao has no damage items. So this bear, going to be hard to kill. Going to be quite hard to ignore. This is where the Enfeeble, the Sleep, and the Cogs really come into play. If they can't isolate this bear in the fights, it is absolutely going to butcher LGD's team.
Things are falling into place for Orange. They have the Blink Dagger on the Sand King. They recently completed a Scythe of Vice on the Windrunner. They have the Aegis. They have 6 minutes to make something happen. They need to take out Arax right now. And even though they're, let's see, the gold advantage, 20,000.
They should be able to break the base. They have every tool they need. Level 11 on the
This
Sand
is
King.
The strongest point in the game for Orange. Everything's gone pretty well for them. They're up ahead in kills. They're way ahead in farm levels, everything. everything, and they need to take Iraqs.
And there's not even a glyph up for LGD. It's all just so perfect for Orange right now. They've taken the last outer tower. Basher for KYXY, even that's about to come online. Net has a medallion. That's going to make it harder for the Alchemist, the Gyro, to be aggressive in these fights. And a single Shackle, a single Scythe of Vice into a Burrow Epicenter, that could just spell doom for LGD. They're all rather squishy. Your Clockwork, 1400 HP. He's one of the tankier fellows. But then you look at these carries, only 1200, DDC sitting around 1000, and last but not least, your Keeper of the Light, 900 HP. Despite tanking up, going for the Belt of Giant Strength, going for the Bracer. If they get caught by Epicenter, even if only a few pulses go off, that will bring them very low. And then the Bear can just be cleanup duty pretty much from there.
LGD needs to try and prolong this game as long as possible, whether that means smoking and trying to pick off solo heroes. We just saw Mushi just stand by himself at top. Find any Shadow Blade ganks with the Alchemist. Any of these would be really good for them. But it looks like if they're going to 5-man, I would have preferred a BKB on the Alchemist if he's just going to sit in base. But, I mean, look at them, their position right now. There's 4 people huddled around the T3 tower. They can't really do anything else at this point.
And there's a gem on net, by the way. So this is the final piece to the puzzle. They didn't get it earlier because Shadow Demon needed Arcane Boots and your Sand King needed Blink Dagger. Understandable to wait, but now it's time to go. Orange Esports, everything has come together. Can they finally break the base of one of the top Chinese teams? Let's find out. The cogs get dropped. The Bear is enfeebled. He's still working on this tower, but he's not doing much damage. Now a 4-step in. Sylar's been caught out of position. Epi comes through. Sylar dropping low. Will he go down? Hook catches 2. Doesn't matter. There's your call down. Lots of damage, but not enough. The Gyro to fall. DD on the run. They've been forced to double buyback. Now a 2-hero Alchemist done, but Orange Esports still healthy, still in fighting shape. They may back off for a second here. They've forced out 2 buybacks. Their Aegis is still online. Basher actually on the Lone Druid hero. Passes it over to his Bear now. What a great engagement for Orange. Mushi, that Scythe device into a 4-staff, really set everything up.
Yes, it did. I mean, Alchemist was just so completely out of position after that 4-staff. They only have they have very short cooldowns that they need to work with, and that's so great when you have push strategy. 60-second cooldown on Healing Ward, 45 seconds on the mech. As soon as both of those are up, Healing Ward already dropped. They can just make another go at it. LGD does have their glyph up at this point, though. I
love the fact that Orange isn't being timid. They're not tiptoeing around. They're just marching into the base, smacking down the tier 3. Game 1 is looking like it could be Orange Esports to claim. Shackle by Mushi. He caught 2. Blake Burrow as well. This is not looking too good. They popped the mech. The call down. Is LGD really going to defend through a 2-hero Shackle and a 2-hero Burrow? The perfect initiation. They've held on for now. The tier 3 still stands, but they lose their Bane, and now this Bear goes to work. It brings 1 down. A 4-staff onto KYXY, pushes him into the base.
What was that?
I think Mushi was telling him to turn around, I guess, maybe a little bit slow on the reaction. He does have Aegis. He's coming back. Triple for Mushi. Godlike has yet to die this game in Orange Esports. This should be their first lane of racks. 9-0-5. Putting Mushi back mid is definitely paying off here. They'll take the rack. Sylar, Scythed up. Shackle. It will connect. Actually holds the Gyro. Sylar Shadow Blades. They bring down another carry. LGD, they've been overrun. Orange Esports have done it. They've broken the Great Wall of China.
Nice execution by Orange there. I really like the picks, though. The way that LG drafted, I mean, it was just way too greedy. Alchemist first is okay, but they just didn't have the lineup to follow through to protect them, to secure wins in their lanes. It was like a wash at best in middle, and then top lane was just a big loss for them. Bottom lane, they didn't get any sort of experience in the pools until like 4 to 5 minutes in. And again, heavily punished for their greediness. I like this aggressive playstyle from Orange, and even though it's not the most kills I've seen in the game, only 28 in 33 minutes, I still feel like the aggressive playstyle from Orange was just very well executed. I think Extinct, Mushi, just all their heroes played phenomenally.
What a great performance from Orange. They've run this exact same lineup and similar lineups quite a few times before. What's always been their downfall is A, they get picked off a little bit too much. B, they overextend and force fights instead of just doing what their lineup's best at, which is sieging towers patiently but surely securing a map control advantage. They didn't force too many fights. They took fights that were favorable. The early gem pickup, the great movement from the supports. This was just a very well-executed siege. They denied LGD early. Those solo lanes, you got to expect Lone Druid's going to win his. But I feel like some of those deaths from LGD, the Alk just running down the river, turning around to try and kill a support, probably could have gotten away there.
Jug getting a solo kill on the Juggernaut or on the Keeper of the Light before he was even level 6.
Yeah, great.
A lot of
plays.
these things shouldn't happen in the early game.
Yeah, great plays by RNG Sports. Give them credit, but
and shackles by Mushi. Mushi had a lot of
what
astounding
a player.
shackles.
Say what you will about him. Sometimes he definitely overfarms on carries. Nobody's disputing
Not this
that,
time. He had a very good mix. He had Mech, Force Staff, and Scythe of Vice, and he was involved in like almost every kill.
I think he won them that game because not only did he go 9-0-5, but in the crucial moment, the biggest moment was when they tried to break the base. He Force Staffs in one hero, scythes him. Then he finds and they get a kill, and they do a lot of damage to the tower. They force 2 buybacks off of that fight. Then they back off. They reset. They go back in. And Mushi hits another 2-hero shackle. Then over the top comes Sankey with a 2-hero burrow strike. Every single kill they got in that siege and every single bit of damage they did to the tower was pretty much set up by Mushi.
Right.
He really made them.
They took
win
LGD in out of their LGD China out of their game though, and they kind of wanted to play the same thing that they usually do, just try and play as greedy as possible, minimize death, try and counter gank, but Orange was just so prepared for it.
They really were. Well, guys, that's game number 1. It's a best of 5. We'll be right back after these messages with game 2. It's RNG Sports versus LGD China, your 3rd, 4th place decider for the Dota 2 Super League. And right now, RNG Sports out to a quick 1-0 advantage.